Great.
All right. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name's Gabi.
And I'm Charlotte.
And today's video is a little bit different because we're not doing a walkthrough of an actual physical vehicle. We're speculating really.
Because if it's one thing we do, it's spread misinformation.
That's right. Now here, of course, we are going to give some predictions for what's to come for the future of the Kia Forte and the very mysterious Kia K4. Now we do know a little bit, and we will share, of course, what is a fact and what is just purely speculation. Another reason why we're doing this as a live stream is we want to hear what you think. So if you haven't seen it already, Kia Worldwide, Kia USA, Kia Canada, Kia Everywhere essentially posted a teaser of the new Kia K4. Now this vehicle is going to be showcased at the New York Auto Show, which is happening next week, I believe.
I believe it's actually in 1 week today's press conference.
Which is very exciting. We haven't seen it physically yet. We haven't even heard much about it yet. But again, I will say, Zoran said he can't hear us. I don't believe it anymore. No, our mic is...
I'm so scared.
Is
it actually?
I'm sure it's fine.
Okay.
All right, let's continue. So if you haven't seen it already, this is what we're working with, and please...
Okay, good.
Please bear with us. This is a horrible photo, but this is all we have so far. So if you can't tell, the tail end does have almost a Stinger-esque tail light design. The front end has a very much Sorento star map lighting. So if you haven't seen the brand new 2024 Kia Sorento, what are you doing?
Watch our video on it.
Check out our videos. Has a beautiful facelift front end, beautiful headlights. I really do like the design. But my favorite thing about this teaser image, it has a fastback look to it, which leads me to believe this is going to have some sporty options, perhaps, you know, like a GT line or a full GT sort of trim variation. But I also have the idea that maybe we'll see a hybrid, maybe.
That's something I know that we would absolutely love to see. And again, speculation, what we would like to see.
Purely
None of this is confirmed or anything like that. Yeah.
But what is confirmed, Charlotte? Can we share that? So I titled this video, Is the K4 replacing the Forte? Yes and no. So in what ways is it replacing the Forte?
So that is a good question. Maybe we should talk about which ways it's not replacing the Forte first. I feel like that's what the people want to know.
Yeah, this is how it's not going to replace the Forte. It is not a new life cycle of the Forte.
Yeah.
So you know how every few years a vehicle will go through refreshes, redesigns, and then maybe even a facelift? The redesign is the big one. That's where maybe you get a new powertrain, new chassis. Basically, they rebuild the vehicle from the ground up. It's not going to be any of those things. It is going to be a new nameplate, essentially.
Absolutely. So what we do know is coming in is that it's not just going to be, all of a sudden we're not seeing the Forte anymore, we're only seeing the K4. This is actually coming in as a new entrant, a new vehicle, a new nameplate. And there's a strong possibility that we are going to have the K4 and the Forte here for a period of time.
Yes.
And then beyond that, we don't know what the future holds.
Yes. So there will be a certain point where you could get a Forte or a Kia K4. I don't know how long the Forte will stay once the K4 arrives.
Now, it's also very possible that with this new, K number naming cycle going on, is that the the Forte will receive a new name in the future. That's also very possible because in other places around the world too, where it's being manufactured, it has already been renamed as the K3.
Yeah, so the Kia has been called the K3 in a couple other markets for a while now, which is exactly why we're not seeing the Forte being replaced by the K4. It is already the K3 in another world. But eventually, when the Forte does get replaced, I'm thinking Kia Canada will introduce another K3 that will tackle the Forte Rio compact segment. So right now, as it sits, the Kia Forte is the least expensive vehicle you buy in Kia's lineup, so it's our entry-level vehicle. But with that being said, you can get it completely basic if you'd like, or you can get the full GT Limited, where you have a turbocharged engine, sport bucket seats, multi-link rear suspension, like a very fun car. So we will still have a compact. The K4 leads me to believe that we'll have something sporty and a tad more luxurious, something that we've never had in the Kia Forte before, which is very exciting. And that's how it's not replacing, and that's how it is replacing.
Now, some things that I think I'm particularly excited for is the fact that, number one, is we have a new sedan coming. Like, when does that happen?
Yeah.
Not very often, especially here in North America. And if you want to hear more on that, we've done a podcast episode on the rise and fall of sedans, basically, and why we don't see them. Compact cars, yeah. So the fact that we're seeing something else coming into that segment, I'm super excited for. I can't wait to get them both here and shoot them against each other. What are some other things?
I will say, here in Canada, we've discontinued the Kia K5 this year. 2023 was the last model year for production. For the last year, we've produced the Kia K5. I know in the States you guys still have it, but for us, this Kia K4 brings a new life for the sedan. So like what Charlotte just said, something that I thought we were done with. I thought we were only going to get EV sedans in the future. So the fact that we're getting another gasoline or perhaps hybrid Kia K4 is very, very exciting for us.
Now, what's it going to look like size-wise?
Size-wise, it is going to sit between the Kia Forte and the Kia K5. So not exactly a full mid-size sedan, but also not necessarily a compact sedan. So a little bit larger. We're also expecting to see a bit more of a refinement when it comes to design choices. So the interior, you could expect more luxury. Maybe we'll get memory seats that we never really had in the Kia Forte before. Everything else, again, nothing has been released, but this is just hopeful. I would love to see a heads-up display. Really like to see.
Heads-up display would be great.
Yeah. Premium sound system, again, I'm sure on the available trim level, the highest trim, you'll probably get that anyway, but just again, more premium features, maybe some nice wheel designs, a GT line or GT package where you get an amplified engine, perhaps even a eco trim as well. So just like the Elantra has the Elantra hybrid, we've never had that for sedans before. It'd be really nice to have a hybrid sedan.
And especially because it would be incredibly competitive with some of the other vehicles that have been introduced. Speaking specifically of the hybrid powertrain, you know, this could be our version of the hybrid Elantra, which again, if you haven't seen our video on that, go and watch it. But I think Gabby and I were really shocked at that because the value that you get. But I would love to see an even more premium, more refined, especially since design-wise, I tend to prefer Kia's styling to Hyundai's styling. So I'd love to see their take on it. And again, just with the beautiful design language that they have been integrating, like I love the front end of the refreshed Sorento. I'm loving the Telluride, the EV9, all of that star map signature design. It looks absolutely beautiful.
I always think Kia has more of a sporty, dynamic styling as opposed to Hyundai, which almost goes a bit more futuristic. And I do typically prefer the sporty look.
Yeah. Chris is saying K4 silhouette almost looks like Polestar. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think
all I see is Stinger Sorento.
I see Stinger. Okay, yeah. When the photo was released, I was looking at it and I was trying to get a better look at the wheels and I couldn't really, but I was like, okay,
like all blacked
it's got the front end of the Sorento, but it's got the silhouette of a Stinger, and I think it's like, I don't know if I can say this on here, but I think it's a pretty sexy silhouette.
Coke bottle silhouette.
Yeah.
So just like one of my favorite things about the Stinger was the fact that it was a hatch or a fastback. Also the fact that it was a sedan too. You don't really get cool sedans like that at that price point. They don't exist, and now they truly don't exist because the Stinger's gone. But this K4 leads me to believe that there's hope for us hatchback, fastback, sedan, sporty styling lover. So I'm very, very excited about that. Yeah. Another thing, this is just a personal little thing, and Kia Canada, if you guys are watching this, I am so happy that you combined my two favorite cars in Kia's lineup. It feels like they made the K4
They
for
really
me.
did. They were like, what's a car that Gabby would want? Like, we need to cater to her.
So if you're new to this channel, you haven't seen us already, every single time I film a Kia Stinger and every single time I film a Kia Sorento, I always mention, this is my favorite car. This is my favorite SUV. And now that the two are together, this is just the perfect vehicle.
It's the perfect mix.
It's the perfect car. Let's see. Oh, Ryan said, Gabby, no Sorento SUV vibe. We don't want the Mach-E look. Yeah, so definitely I'm not getting an SUV vibe from the vehicle itself, just the front end, how the headlight is typically the same design as the Sorento.
Yeah.
I love that because I think that look on the Sorento is phenomenal. Very aggressive. Demands a lot of road presence as well.
Absolutely.
Too. It's one of those front ends you look at and you're like, what kind of car is that?
It's going to be a head turner for sure.
Yeah. Very excited about that.
Very, very excited, especially just from the limited little glimpse we got with the press photos.
Now, Charlotte, what would you more so want to see? Typically, we get the choice between a hybrid and a performance powertrain. Now, let's say we don't get both. We get one or the other.
No.
What would you rather have?
Okay, for myself or for the people?
For yourself. Let's be selfish for a second, and you guys
I
watching
want
also
sporty.
let us know. Sporty. Okay, good.
I want more horses.
Smiles per gallon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want fuel economy out the window.
Yeah.
But for the people, I want a competitor with the Elantra hybrid.
Yeah. We haven't seen it in the chat yet, but
I already know what your answer is to that question.
oh yeah,
so.
yeah. Obviously a more powerful powertrain. Now, before anyone asks, this won't have a V6, or if it does, I'd be very, very shocked. This will most likely be some configuration of a 4-cylinder, whether it's naturally aspirated or turbocharged, I don't know. The Kia K5, again, it's not replacing the K5, it's a bit in between the Forte and the K5, had the option of a 1.6 turbo or a 2.5 liter turbo, and the 2.5 let out a lot of horse. I would love to see that. Don't think it's going to happen. I think 1.6 might be...
I think a 1.6 is realistic.
Yeah, yeah. And when it comes to hybrid...
If we get this option, but...
guys, we're totally just making up our own ideas. We're building the car ourselves right now, but if anyone from Kia Canada is watching and you know for sure, let us know.
Please reach out to us.
Yeah. I want to see what you guys have to say about it, so I'm just going to take a second to read the chat. Charlotte, is there anything you want to talk about?
I'm trying to do a little bit of speculation for timeline. I think since things have relatively returned to a more normal state than they were a couple years ago, I think that it could be realistic that we see this as a 2025 model and maybe even in Q4 of this year, which would be really exciting to see. Again, that's purely speculation. No one tell me anything as to if that's happening or not, but I think that would be really, really cool to see.
Oh. Everyone gaslighting us at the beginning of the video.
Yeah, that is so rude about if our mics didn't work. I was genuinely concerned.
Let's see. Gabby, let's see the digits. Or what's up with the digits? I stopped getting my nails done and started not doing them myself either, so it's been pretty bad. All right.
Of your sales at Brantford, what is your ratio of SUVs to sedans? There's a good question. I don't think I don't have the exact figure.
I don't have the proper analytics. This is just based off what I saw when I was doing sales. I mean, it's also hard because we're not getting that many cars right now.
Yeah.
But SUVs are definitely more so what's popular, but the Kia Forte is still selling quite well. Everyone loves a compact car. It's a great commuter. If they do want something that's sporty, the Kia Forte is our only real gasoline option right now when it comes to sedans. This is no more Stinger, no more K5. I would say the SUVs definitely win just because there's a lot more to choose from. There's only one sedan to choose from, but the Forte is still doing well sales-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think some competitors would be for the K4? That's a good question.
Again, it's going to be typically what the competitors were for the Forte. So Corolla, Jetta. I mean, especially the Jetta with the GLI and whatnot, or GTI. I don't know. I don't know Volkswagen pretty well. Again, for Civic, you'd have the SI, or just any Civic really, depending on what trim level of the K4 you're looking at, whether it's a sporty or just a regular option. So just your typical compact sedans. You could compare it to a little bit of a higher vehicle or a larger vehicle. You could do Camry if you wanted, but Accord, to your own accord. Right. The Ioniq guy has the scoop. What are y'all talking about? Too many comments coming in. I can't read this fast.
I used to think Hyundai's design was pretty ugly, no offense, but in recent years, and especially since 2022, I feel like they stepped up the design. I definitely think they did too. I think that they take probably a little bit more of a traditional, luxurious approach to when it comes to the design. I like it. I will say I find that I'm more attracted to Hyundai's interiors necessarily than their exteriors. Like the Santa Fe, absolutely adore the interior on that vehicle. It's gorgeous. But the exterior design is a little bit of a polarizing topic. Some people love it, some people really, really hate it, and there's not a lot of in between.
Yeah.
So, but this is why I'm so curious to see Kia's take on it too.
Yep. Kia is always a little bit more classic, which I do like. Tetro Music Project asked if we're going to be at the New York Auto Show. I definitely will not be.
We don't know. We're maybe looking at it, but unsure.
Yep. Let's see. All right. Kia Classic.
Oh my goodness, there's literally gonna be like a 30-second clip of us. People are gonna think it froze.
Just
We're
reading.
just reading. I thought it froze on my screen.
The silence.
We're so dumb.
Okay.
Oh.
Art is back, or Arturo. Can you guys call Kia and demand a hybrid Forte hatchback? Well, I don't know how long you've been watching this video, but I don't think we're going to get a hybrid Forte. It's probably going to be a hybrid Kia K4, and even then, not confirmed. Purely speculation. I would love a hatchback hybrid.
Yeah, anything.
If I could build these cars, I would, but
unfortunately, they want to keep us at an arm's length.
Was that an Optima in the back? Yes. So there is a reason why these cars are behind. One is a Kia Forte, and the one behind it is a Kia Optima. Because essentially, the Kia K4 is almost going to be a fusion of the two. The upscaleness of the Optima, the size-ish of the Forte.
It's going to be the perfect amalgamation. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. That... A lot of people are talking about how there's going to be the press conference, of course, at the New York Auto Show, but also Kia is doing an announcement tomorrow, which is going to be really fun. I don't know why we're doing this video today then, but here we are. We've already come this far, so. But yes, it is launching tomorrow. We are running out of topics. It's true, and cars.
Got asked, do you guys have any Stingers in stock? No, the Stinger is discontinued. The only time we would ever have one in stock is as a used unit, and at this point, we have none right now. Whose safety score is better, Gabi or Charlotte?
For driving? I don't know. I don't know what that means, if I'm being honest. I've hit Gabi with the car, though.
Yeah. That was fun. Tim, approve the budget for the New York Auto Show.
I don't think Tim's watching today.
Yeah, Tim's in a meeting right now.
Well, we're probably around the 15-minute mark, so we should probably wrap it up. We haven't gotten any information for price range.
Yep, no info for price range. I don't know if you can tell by the video, we have no info for anything really, other than the fact that it's not directly replacing the Forte.
You know what? Zoran hit the nail on the head. We are just straight up running out of topics.
We came into work today, decided that there is no cars to film.
We're like, what do we do?
And we have this video. But no, this information is real. So Charlotte, shall we do a quick summary?
Yes, let's do a quick summary for those of you who are watching. Is it replacing the Forte?
Not directly.
Okay. Will it ever replace the Forte?
Yes.
Size?
Size. A little bit bigger than the Forte, a little bit smaller than the K5.
Sporty or fuel efficient?
Maybe.
Both.
Maybe. Neither. It's neither. One more question. So if it's not directly replacing the Forte and the Rio's gone, will there be anything in Kia's compact, or more so affordable class? Yes, the answer is the K3. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe eventually.
There you go.
When can we expect the Kia K4?
If I speculate?
Speculation.
Speculation.
Give me your best speculation.
I'm going to say it's going to be 2025 model Q4.
What is Q4?
So like the fourth quarter of the year.
End of this year?
Yeah, so what, November? No.
Fall?
Yeah, fall. October, November, December.
There's 4 seasons.
I literally had to go through all the months in my head.
All right.
So that's what I'm hoping for, and hopefully we'll be able to see it a little bit sooner. But yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
If you liked this little sit-down information video, you'll love our podcast. It's just like this, except maybe a little bit better.
We're 18 minutes deep into a 10-minute video.
See y'all tomorrow.
See you guys. Have fun.
Bye.